Welcome to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker. And we are back. Yes, we are. We got a lot to talk about this week. A few things been going on in the world that I felt like I needed to share my expertise, my opinion on. So, I'm drinking some Beaujolais. Some red wine. Beaujolais, listen. I'm not gonna tell y'all the brand because they not paying me. But, Beaujolais, I call Beaujolais. I put a expensive name on cheap wine. That's not cheap. But when you come to the hood, right, and everybody's a drinker, whatever it is that you drink, when you come to the hood, they will then begin to drink what you drink. Everybody's an alcoholic. So when I go to functions where I know there are a bunch of alcoholics and I don't want to share my personal drink, which is, y'all know, that green bottle, I'll bring Taylor Port. But before I take it out the bag, I'll tell everybody, or sometimes I even keep the bag on and just tie the bag around the neck. And I'll tell them it's Beaujolais. And most of the time, everybody want a cup. But what happens after 2 cups of Beaujolais, motherfuckers start arguing, fighting. Some people even fuck. Right there in the party. I seen it happen. Hey, listen. But this is some red wine, communion wine, or whatever. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Please stay tuned. And stay tuned to the end of this show. I want to get some things off my chest. Something that happened close to me. Shit, I was even involved. My name came out of someone's mouth. And it shouldn't have. In a negative way. It's crazy. First, we are going to talk about this Houston woman that was hit in the head with a brick because she didn't want to give this guy her phone number. Ladies and gentlemen, putting your hands on a woman, let's get this out the way right off the rip. Putting your hands on a woman is a no-no. Now, I was raised by a single mother. I've been fortunate enough to have 1,000,001 female cousins. So if a woman put her hands on me, she could get dealt with. So I never had to do that. But I do remember my mom's telling me, if a woman hits you and you hit her back, I won't be upset with you. Especially if it's a boom, boom reaction. You know what I'm saying? But this woman got hit for not giving her phone number up, supposedly, quote unquote. And I'm sure everyone in the hood, we've seen this time and time again. A woman will tell a guy no, and he would respond with, "Fuck you, bitch. You ain't that hot anyway. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you." This, that, and the third. Ooh. Total disrespect. Yeah. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Time and time again. And let me put this out there. Just because a woman turns you down doesn't mean the next one would or will. It's a numbers game. If you talk to multiple women in a day, I'm sure you will land one, at least one. You talk to 10 women out the day, you're gonna get at least one number. don't be discouraged. Don't be. Move on, player. So, yeah, but God bless that woman. I hope you have a speedy recovery. We're not gonna, what happened to that woman is totally wrong. And just like the news media does to us, blacks, black women, black men, when we get in trouble, right? They dig up our history, even if that shit was when you was a kid, something that you done when you were yay high, right? And they plaster that shit all over the news and the paper to try to diminish or even justify what happened to you. To say as if like you deserved what happened to you. Look, you were this in the past, or you did this to whomever in the past. And with this young lady, I'm seeing that being done, where they're posting videos of her twerking, her putting her hands on someone else. They don't show the full video of when she put her hands on someone else. So it might have been something said, done to her, whatever. But that doesn't excuse the fact that this woman today was hit with a brick, what she's done in the past. And just because she said no to a guy, she didn't deserve a break for that, chump. So, God bless you, sister. I hope you recover fast and stay away from the suckers that can't take rejection. Moving right along. DJ Envy and Charlamagne this week. Last week. So, if you guys missed it, I'm gonna fill you in. Tyrese went to 105.1 and to discuss, I guess, his new album and the problems that he's had with Charlamagne and DJ Envy. Now, from this interview, I didn't know that they were as close as they were. But so behind the scenes, I guess they've been having some issues. I think Tyrese is upset at the fact that they're supposed to be friends, but they keep blasting his personal business. And behind the scenes, they talk to each other. They're like in a group chat. They talk to one another. But on the radio, a lot of things were being said that I felt like should have stayed behind closed doors. And on top of that, through the message, through the group messages, Charlamagne, somewhere in the message, told Tyrese to suck his dick. So, for me, I don't understand how someone could forgive, how a man could forgive another man so easily for saying that to him, to inviting him to his penis, especially a heterosexual man. I for the life of me, I don't understand it. But I know when it's said to someone else, like, let's say if I was to say it to someone else, I want to fight as soon as it comes out. I need to be throwing a punch, or you need to be throwing a punch at me, because that's what that means. Where I'm from. But you do get a certain age where you kind of just like, it bounces off you. That's like the word nigga. When the word nigga is said to me by another race, I know it's to get me upset. angry fast. But at this age, I laugh it off. I've been called a nigga so many times by another race in the heat of an argument or whatever, disagreement. And I don't even believe I said it back. Well, fuck you, or you a nigga too, or nigga, whatever. Or called him whatever the derogatory term for his nationality may be. I never returned fire in that way. I just laughed it off because I know what I'm dishing out for 10 seconds is pain. It's pain. I don't have time to be rolling around the dirt on the ground. I know a 3-punch combination, at least 2 of them motherfuckers gonna land. And when you fall on your back pockets, I'm gonna then walk away. I know you're not willing to deal with that part of it. And you're saying what you're saying because of whatever reason. But that Tyrese shit and Charlamagne telling him to suck his dick. When Tyrese got to that station, he deserves 5 minutes in the hallway of something physical, like holes in the walls in the hallway, glass broke, busted lips. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Teeth knocked out. You know what I mean? I'm saying that because you're supposed to be my friend. And you're going as low as that. And we both come from a similar place. And you went as low as saying that to me when you know what that means. Like, you dislike me that much where you like want to fight me? You want to do physical harm, bodily harm to me? That's what would drive me up the wall. I'm sorry, it would. And Envy, while he was there, Envy said to him, he wanted to box his mouth. You know, I have a hard time with Envy. Because he's expressed how much of a street guy he's not. But being a street guy doesn't mean you have to be a punk either. But that type of, that world, that aggressive physical shit, cut it out, champ. You're not that. You're not that. So when he said that to Tyrese, I was blown away. I was blown away. Like, wow. I was blown away. I was blown away. You know, Birdman came up there. On some, soon as he came through the door, he wanted smoke. You understand what I'm saying? Siegel, Beanie Siegel was up there, had his finger in Charlamagne's face. Told him he's not qualified. Talking to Envy like a sucker. Envy knows that Beanie Siegel will probably be waiting outside that fucking radio station with a Mac, ready to shoot this shit up. And Siegel probably still has ties in the industry where they could harass his family and shit like that. Baby, the same thing. Rick Ross was beefing with him, disrespected him. It's a difference when, like, this is when you show your true colors on, like, who you are and how you're built. See, Rick Ross has money. Envy has money. Envy is not street. Rick Ross still has the street element and the streets behind him. Shit, look at his right-hand man, Gunplay. And I'm sure he knows a lot of Dade County, Carroll City, whatever, killers and gangsters. He drop a bag in the hood, they'd come harass Envy's family. Niggas is getting murdered for $1,500, bro. I'm telling you. So, you beefing with a guy that has a certain mentality and is still connected to the streets, but you don't respond to him like you responded to Tyrese. Why? Because you know he has the money and the resources that'll get on your ass. So, to me, you know, Envy is a sucker. That shit he did to Tyrese, that's sucker shit. Because you don't come from that. That aggressive fighting, I should box you in the mouth. Yeah, you would say that. Now that it's security, now he's in your place of business and it's security around and his cameras rolling and things like that. And we already know Tyrese is going through it and he got to pay a bunch of money that he's crying and going crazy over, right? So he won't be able to fight you in court. Not for too long. You understand what I'm saying? His money is probably all fucked up right now. So of course you would say some sucker shit like you did to him. Corny shit. But you didn't go at Rick Ross like that. And he talked about your wife, your kids, all that shit. You didn't go at Siegel. You didn't go at Birdman. Yeah, so yeah, Envy is a different type of guy. He's a different type of guy. Moving right along, we getting off that dumb shit. Let's talk about the Senate Mitch McConnell. That goddamn glitch. That glitch in that computer just won't go away. It won't. I thought they took that thing back to the lab and did some work on it. That's a glitch. You gotta change the fucking batteries in that thing. You can't take one battery out, right, and put a new battery in that slot. You gotta take both batteries out and put new batteries in. Or else you're gonna get what you're getting. This motherfucker is freezing at public speakings with the press. It's like, what the fuck is going on? That's the second one. But see, the crazy thing is, last year, March sometime, that man fell like 3 times. One was like really, really bad. He had like a concussion or some shit. I bet you it's from that. But it's like, yo, how? First of all, this man is old, and he's you could tell he's fucked up from those falls. How long will you allow him to go on like that? I mean, the man is clearly, something is clearly wrong. It's clear. You know, so I know his term, I believe, ends in 2027. But they need to cut that shit short. Somebody needs to step in his place. Straight up and down. He's in bad shape. And y'all just allowing this man to fucking look crazy. Freezing up and shit, and I thought he just didn't want to answer the fucking question. Like he wanted to take some time to think about things. But no, child. Those batteries dead. Is that man even capable of finishing out the term? I mean, shit. Move his ass to the side. He can't do it, champ. We can't. I saved the best topic for last. Cause there's so much meat on this bone. Child, I'm gonna tell you. Some people gonna be upset. So, the truth is the truth. So, let's start off with this. So, this Delicious and Raymond, I think his name, what's his name? Raymond Santana or some shit like that. The one of the guys from the Central Park 5. You know, he was dating Delicious for some time. Delicious, you know Delicious from Flavor of Love. The one, I think, she won. But, her. Now, you know, she married him after a short period of time, and they became one. And from the very beginning, I thought that he was out of his league. She was out of his league. And it's not because of like the status or who has the most money. Well, yeah, it does. The way she lives her life in the public, son didn't seem that way. You know what I'm saying? He seemed as if he was a quiet dude. You know, I don't know if the settlement came. I'm sure the settlement came from that shit, from that Central Park thing. But the lifestyle that this woman lives just seemed it didn't seem like it fit him. And I recently heard an interview where he was talking about shit that he was basically saying like, yo, I had to keep up with the lifestyle of looking like, being like, acting like. And they was hustling together. They was doing speaking engagements, like speaker conferences and shit like that about marriage and life and shit like that. So they were making a few dollars on the road traveling. But then he said when the pandemic came around, he had to scale back. But they were already here. So him having to chill out because of the pandemic until the shit passed, Shorty had an issue with it. I knew it was doomed from the beginning. I did. I felt like he needed a nice, quiet girl. You know what I'm saying? That don't do walkaways on Instagram. That's over that, you know, that life. It's over the life. He seemed like a quiet dude. He's giving back. He has some programs out there. Some, you know, he's helping the kids, the community, people in fucked up situations like behind the slammer and you know, not to say that her lifestyle is wrong, right? But it's her lifestyle. That's the way she wants to live. His, on the other hand, is doing other type of work, living a different type of way. And his money is his. I mean, he went through what he went through to get that money. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like he has a great head on his shoulders. Like, he's not running through his money and shit like that. But see, you place yourself in a home with a woman that it's about the money. It's about the money. And that fat old ass. Cause that thing fat. Fat. You know. I ain't gonna lie to you. She been outside. Trying to get somebody to get to that thing. But I knew something was wrong with her when she kissed Flavor. Yeah. That fat old ass been outside. A certain type of guy chases after that. And she might give that certain type of guy some attention. But trust me, they don't look like Flavor. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 110. I'm sorry. She got caught cheating, so they're going through a divorce. But he just recently put it out that she got caught cheating. Cheating is a motherfucker. Before I even go into this, I need to pour a drink. I ain't gonna show y'all the label, cause they ain't giving me no goddamn money. But Child. That thing coming out, ain't it? Slow. Like something at 7-Eleven that you paid motherfucking $2 for. Maybe your brain freeze. You know what I'm talking about. But cheating. So I told y'all to wait for the end of the show. And I gotta be real careful with this because it's someone, this just recently happened to someone that looks exactly like me. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at what I just said. And I'm going to allow the audience to figure it out on their own. But someone just found out that that they've been cheated on. The method that the person used was pretty clever. It wasn't clever, but I mean, it was ballsy. It was. Because it was a recording. And I say it was ballsy because I come from a certain place. You know what I mean? Now, this particular person that looks like me, we lived two different lifestyles. We did. And recordings, tapings, for me, I would probably have to figure out how to catch my old lady cheating on me another way. Because for me, that reminds like you going in to catch someone telling some shit they ain't supposed to tell. But in this situation, a recorder was used. And like I said, I gotta be careful with this because I'm a man of respect and honor, and taking a certain road, it's not for me anymore. Don't get it twisted. At times I slip up, but I fight to not go down that road. So I'm gonna be real careful, but I am gonna talk about it because in one of the recordings I was mentioned, and not so great light. And this person has been to my home, spent the night, called me for advice, or just called me to vent. Shit, I even taught this person how to play poker, shoot dice. Yeah, so the part of the recording that I heard was hurtful when I was mentioned. But, you know, it ain't about none. With me. Now, this person that looks like me, the victim, going through it. So this is more about, instead of like bashing her, this is more about letting you know who you are. And for every other guy that's been cheated on. But this person in particular looks like me. So I'm gonna address him. But you've been a special type of guy since I've known you. I've seen you do the impossible. I've seen you do the impossible. And there's a journey that awaits you that you need to apply yourself and find yourself on. And you're actually doing it. You're doing it. It's just a matter of time. But you need to stay focused. We had conversations, and you've called me to vent, and I just found this out for some advice. That part is crazy to me because family members, people that were like my OGs or just friends that I looked up to, call me at times as if I had the answer. And it always bugs me out when I get off the phone with them, because I'm like, I watched you watched me grow up, right? And I looked up to you, and now they're calling me for advice. That shit trips me out. But I then realized, and I've been told, like, you're not a kid anymore. And what you're doing and how you move around is commendable and it's respected, and people see it. So, and these people that these things are happening to, everything you see, how I act, how I move, how, the shit I might have been doing when I was a kid that has my name in certain neighborhoods, being talked about, I learned from these particular guys. And I guess now is the time to give it back to them. This person called me I told y'all he had recordings of this situation happening. And he thought about sending the audio to this person's wife. He didn't say that he was going to do it, but he called me and was talking to me about it. And as soon as he said it, I said, no, you won't do that. You won't do it. He was advised to do it from a woman. And I said, the person that told you, their hormones are different than ours. That's some woman shit. We don't do that. It's not even the guy's fault. He's just being a guy. You have every right, and you should be mad at the woman. What's supposed to be yours, she's trying to give it away for free, basically. This guy didn't put any real work in, right? And I know people out there saying, well, if she was willing to give it away, what areas in a relationship, he might have been lacking. And I guess that's a valid question. Or he might have not been, doing whatever for her to cheat. But in hindsight, that's bullshit. All of that's bullshit. Because if you're gonna stay in a relationship and you're gonna cheat, what happens after you cheat? A nigga fuck your brains out, right? He treats you, y'all do the do. He got you bouncing off the walls. He's slaying you out. What do you think happens when you come back home or you see the man that you're dating? What do you think happens? You lose all respect. You start fighting and arguing. So, and you're probably thinking about the nigga that slayed you out. So what's the point? Just leave. Just leave. Save yourself the headache. Not the heartbreak, but the headache. Because you will be fighting, and you probably will be thinking about that other penis. I'm just saying. Bougie LA. But this particular person, like I said, I've seen this person I've seen this person DMs before. I know the women, the caliber of women that are attracted to him. He has a business that is flourishing and that is going to be the next thing. It is. He's already at a certain level with it, and for me, because he wants to be in love and be someone's husband or boyfriend, I feel like the key part that may be missing in a different mindset, train of thought, and the business getting to the next level is a partner that you could bounce ideas off of, and that's willing to go the extra mile to see that this shit gets to the next level, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, she's going to do it.
She's gonna do it. You know,
if it's getting a loan for you two, if it's taking pictures, delivering shit, whatever. Listen, Chant, you design different. It's not Chinese arithmetic. It's not, you can see it. Step back, look at yourself in the mirror. You different. Everything about you is different. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't no fucking slouch either. So don't get caught up in that shit. You got 101 motherfucking porn channels on that TV of yours. Big porn, skinny porn, little porn. Watch them all. And he called me today and was like, damn, man, I wish I could just lay up and... I'm like, this is the beginning stage, bro. You need to just put a Band-Aid on that thing. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It always hurts in the beginning. It's like going to the gym. You see this body that you want for yourself, and you don't think about the pain. The first week of pain. You working out, your muscles all fucked up after that week. But after that, it's like, nigga, like, I'm here now. I've arrived. So, like I said, this is not to bash her. It's more so to tell you and remind you who you are. I seen you get through a lot of shit. I seen you do a lot of shit. It's just a bump in the road, champ. You know what I'm saying? And if you're hurt behind it, I expect you to. I expect you to be hurt. It's normal. It's normal. But I'm telling you, this shit gonna pass. And when it pass, I wanna see that fine ass woman that you, child. Yeah. I'm gonna tell that woman, God bless her. You know. God bless her. Yeah, I heard the recordings. You talked about me. Yeah. And that was kind of like the only reason I even talked about this on the show, because I felt like I had the grounds to, right? You mentioned me in the recording and how I may live relationships that I don't have or have, and what you may expect or what you think of me. And then turned around and smiled in my face and wanted to come and visit me often. Sad. I'm not gonna go any further into it, but I'm gonna tell you that you'll never be happy unless you fix yourself first. Ever. It's clear that you may have some insecurities within yourself that you need to fix. Or find a particular guy that's okay with the way you think and move. You were definitely a cool person, the person that you presented. But now we know that that's not you. So let me ask y'all, my audience, when is it okay to take a person back? Or is it okay to take a person back if you caught them cheating? And to what degree you may have caught them? Should that matter? I'm just saying. If you caught somebody red-handed on top of men, if you caught your lady riding another nigga dick or taking them back shots, is it okay to take her back? Or are those grounds to leave? And do you think if you were to stay, the relationship will ever be the same? I'm just saying. And ladies, if you caught your man cheating to the same way, fucking another chick, sending dick pics or whatever, or having conversations through phone, through DM, would you leave? And if you were to stay, will it ever be the same? Let's just, I had another situation. Ciao. So with that being said, we're going to close out the show. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was interesting. And I hope you got something from it. So with that being said, we're going to close out the show with We Rollin' Bitches.